Alrighty. How's it going, everyone? We're about to go live. Everyone is joining in. Let's see. We're going to go live with Jordyn DiNatale from Fear Street. We're happy that everyone has joined us so far here. See some familiar faces. Quick shout out to Mara Webster from In Creative Company. They're also awesome. Thanks for joining for a little bit. Okay. I know everyone's excited. Thank you so much. We're just going to get Jordyn in here. We'll answer all your questions or try to answer all of your Fear Street and Ruby Lane questions. Let's see. We're waiting. There she is!
Hey!
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I am good. Everyone has been so excited about this live. There's been comments and love for Ruby Lane all week, and it's finally here. So we're happy that everyone joined us. We are, of course, live with Jordyn DiNatale from the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix. And it's funny because I went live with McCabe and Jeremy a couple of weeks ago, and the question was, which backstory of the killers of Fear Street would you want to know more about? And they both said unanimously, Ruby Lane. It would be cool to find out more about Ruby Lane, would it not?
Cool. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, teenager just starts killing all her friends. Definitely want to know more.
Absolutely. So we're live now. There's a lot of people here. I mean, it's pretty crazy. We're going to get to as many questions as we can. We're going to try to get to as many questions. There's a lot of questions for you, Jordyn, so we're going to get to them.
All right.
And hopefully we can get to as many as we can here. So we'll start with the first one. We'll try to go as quick as we can to get to as many people. But was there a favorite scene to film in all of the Fear Street trilogy for you?
Oh, my gosh. I think, yes. I think my favorite scene was definitely when I first attacked Simon, like just the introduction to Ruby Lane.
Yeah, we talked about that on our interview as well.
Yeah, we actually filmed that scene on my birthday, so that was really cool. It was like, oh, welcome Ruby, and it's your birthday, and we're gonna film this awesome scene. So it was great. The all the stuff with the getting shot and everything was crazy cool. My stunt double and the stunt team like taught me how to like look like I was getting shot from behind, which was cool.
For sure. Who is your favorite killer in the Fear Street trilogy? That's an interesting question. It's come out a few times. A few people asked that.
Let's see. Okay. I mean, gosh, I feel like the Milkman is super creepy. Like in 1978 when he goes and kills Cindy or stabs Ziggy at the end there, just so creepy. And in the last movie when he's walking like in the mall and he's like coming in with the knife and with the burned face, oh my god, it just gives me like the chills. I think the Milkman's pretty creepy.
Oh, absolutely. That seems to be like there's a lot of questions in here, and that's one that keeps getting brought up about like the scariest killer. So that's why I wanted to get to it. You know what I mean?
There's so many scary ones. Like, I mean, just the fact that I mean the Nightwing killer, like the fact that he never stops with the axe, like in that scene where he just keeps going at the door over and over and over.
You sing. You're singing. You're the scariest one. Okay? that singing was like in my head for like a week.
Yeah, so, me too. Honestly, me too.
Oh, who's your favorite character in Fear Street, non-killer?
Ooh, I really like Josh. I think he's just awesome. He's so much fun because he's like, he's kind of like a little quirky and different, but he like comes in and saves the day. It's like you need those people in the story to actually like come and save the day, and that's why I love him so much. And he just, honestly, every time I see him on screen, he just cracks me up. Like Benjamin Flores just like cracks me up every time I see him.
So you don't have to do this. I mean, people are saying like the people do want to hear the Ruby Lane song. So I don't know if I feel like it's too early in the live for that to happen. If it does happen, I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, maybe we'll wait for it.
Yeah, it's too early, guys. Everyone's asking. So here's a cool thing. We'll get to some more questions. We haven't done a few, which is awesome. So I do a thing on my lives, Jordyn, because of course, Fear Street's available in 190 countries on Netflix, which is incredible. So we do a thing called the Global Waterfall right now. So everyone tells us where they're from. And you're going to be amazed. There are people tuning in from all over the world now for this live. So everyone, This is the Jordyn DiNatale Global Waterfall. So please tell us, where are you watching this live Instagram feed from? We would love to hear where you are from. So just drop it right now. I think I started something with the singing because people still want to hear you sing.
I see some
Brazil, South Wales, Illinois, Utah.
Oh, cool. I was just in those states, actually. I did a road trip not too long ago.
Australia, New Zealand.
Hi, everyone.
Across all these time zones, too. It's pretty crazy.
It's really cool.
Spain. That's the big takeaway talking to the other cast members that you got the pleasure to work with on the Fear Street movies. I mean, I think people are freaking out how much people are loving the movies, but I think people are really amazed about how global the trilogy became. It's pretty amazing.
That's what's so cool about it. I love all the conversation about it. It's like spanning all the countries, like you said. It's really fun.
Absolutely. We got Italy. We got Mexico. We got Canada. Philippines. Saudi Arabia. Wow.
Very cool.
Kansas. That's awesome. Kansas.
Yes.
Carry on, Riverside. I just want to say. Have you listened to the Fear Street Part 2 soundtrack a lot this summer? Because it's a good one.
It is a good one. I've listened to all the soundtracks. Yeah. I mean, Part 1 really just stuck out in my head because, it was the first one, and it just, all those songs I remember from, the 90s and everything. And then I loved Part 2 also. Part 2 is great.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just the opening, like right when Part 1 opens up with that song, which I'm blanking on what song we hear right in the beginning. Does anyone remember? Maybe I can ask you guys.
The first one or the second one?
In the first one, yeah, in the first one.
The first song, isn't that? Well, I like in the end of the second goes to More Human Than Human by White Zombie, and that is one of my favorite ones.
So good.
It's awesome. Let's see if there is any more questions. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, interesting. What death shocked you the most?
Ooh, I think I actually think Simon's death shocked me in 94 because he just comes in like you're just not expecting. Like I was not expecting Simon to die. It's like because I mean, as Ruby, like I wanted to be the one to kill him, right? So I wasn't expecting him to die from someone else's hand. And when that axe just like comes down on his head, it was like, what? Like I was not expecting that.
Oh, absolutely. Also, I know we're talking about Fear Street right now, but I do want to say for a lot of fans of horror as well, Jordyn's also on The Birch, which is available on Facebook. Watch Crypt TV. I mean, it's amazing too if people want to check that out. Plays obviously a different character than the Fear Street movies, but I don't know. I really like The Birch, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm also biased because I shout out to Dempsey Brick and Jordyn DiNatale, but I'm a big fan of The Birch. I just want to say it.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, my character in The Birch definitely has a bit of an evil streak as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
Some similarities there.
We're getting, okay. who do you? I can't share this one like on the screen, but who do you think took the book? Do you have any ideas or theories about that?
Oh my gosh, who took the book? I recently saw some people chatting about that. Oh, I don't know. I almost think it might be Ziggy or right? Yeah.
Yes.
Because she's like, she's kind of still haunted by all of what's going on, like of what happened.
Yeah.
And so I just wonder, or Nurse Lane.
If you watched our 1978 live, you would know that some people think it was Gary. So hashtag Gary took the book, which
Gary
became
took the book.
that became a hashtag. So yeah, we were also had hashtag justice for Jeremy, who's a little camper that Mr. Slater McCabe with the glasses. I mean, yeah,
That's really good.
I know that was hard to watch. I'm
It was.
Yeah.
It really was. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. I mean, you might not know the answer of it, but I put this on the screen because maybe you don't know the answer to this, but that's cool because have you thought about people like people might dress up as like the Fear Street? Like I didn't think about that just until now. Like, has that come to mind at all? That people might dress up as Ruby Lane for Halloween? Like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh no, it's really cool. I've gotten some like cool messages or some comments on some pictures like what did your shoes look like and stuff like that. So I'm trying to like answer some of those the best I can because yeah, it's really cool. It's like I'm so excited to see, like I hope people like tag me so I could see their outfits and stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. This is an interesting question. A scene that Ruby Lane was not in. Is there a specific scene that you would have liked to be in?
Ooh, that is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait, let me think. A scene that she's not in that I would have liked to be in. I feel like maybe just some parts, because I feel like Ruby Lane is like always like stalking, and so you don't always like see where she is, just like stalking and waiting. So just like maybe more parts of the grocery store scene at the end of '94, just to because that was like such a cool set. That set was awesome, and so I was there for a bit of it, getting to be around and see some of it getting filmed. But yeah, maybe more of that scene.
Absolutely. There's a lot of good questions coming in here. I just have to say, like, there's some good stuff here. What was, I can't put it on, but was there a, someone was asking about how long it took for your blood and makeup, like your hair and makeup and the blood and all that. Like, how long did that take you?
Yeah. That took like, usually like 2 hours.
Yep.
And sometimes a little more, 2.5 hours. Honestly, sometimes it took longer to get it off than put it on. The crew got so good. Hair and makeup got so good at getting it on me. Like, we got really efficient at it. So it got faster and faster as we went. But it definitely started out at like 3 hours and then got smaller and smaller. And I think we got it down to 2. But there was this one time where in the grocery store when I'm stalking Simon and he like stabs me in the neck. I'm actually wearing a prosthetic neck in that scene.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because the thought was that the black blood would come spurting out of my neck. And so that prosthetic neck took the longest to get on. That was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's get to another quick question here. There's a few good ones here. Ooh, who is your favorite ship, your favorite relationship? We obviously see some relationships throughout the whole movies. Some are blossoming, some are established, some get cut short. Yeah, which ones do you, on the top of your head, do you like the most?
I mean, I guess it's kind of the typical, but I really like Sam and Dina. Their relationship is just, it's awesome. It's the best. It's like, it's heartwarming, and I love that, like, Dina, like, stops at nothing to try to help Sam.
Yep.
Which, you know, it's like she never stops. And that's just what's so great about that relationship. Like, even after she stabs her, she's like, nope, won't turn my back on you. Like, we're in it forever together. I just love that.
Nick Good, obviously, is a character that's getting a lot of love, and a lot of people are talking about it. What do you think about that character? Because we obviously, you know, see the big kind of polarizing and evil kind of streak throughout the movies. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, I when I was actually, like, reading the script, we didn't really know how it was all going to play out, you know, from one to the next.
Yeah.
And so when I finally realized, like, whoa, it's good, I was like, that's awesome. It was such a cool reveal, you know, as I was reading it. And it was cool too to see, like, some family members as they were watching the films, like, were kind of trying to guess, you know, like, who was behind it all. And some of them guessed good.
Yep.
Because, you know, it's that whole, like you said, like, good versus evil, and you never know what's really, you know, behind the mask of someone and all that. So it was cool. Like, some of my family members were like, I knew it was him.
Someone just asked, it wasn't in, I just saw it in the chat, because, you know, there's, like, people, so if anyone has questions, please use the question tool so I could see them. But I saw one that got in the chat. Were there a few people that you enjoyed working with specifically on specific scenes? You mentioned, obviously, Fred. That was a big scene. Anyone else that come to mind?
I mean, everyone was amazing. It was just such a great set. Like, so I can't think of, like, anyone specifically, because, like I said, everyone was so much fun to work with, and, like, so welcoming. I know just like working with hair and makeup was awesome because they're so talented. The person who put the prosthetics on me and, you know, painted me almost every time I was on set, Luandra, she was just phenomenal. And so yeah, some people like that you wouldn't think of behind the scenes that I love working with. Absolutely, hair and makeup was really, really fun.
That's a good answer, absolutely. Because everyone thinks about the on-screen, right? That is very true. Do you have a favorite film out of the three for you specifically, for, like, Jordyn DiNatale? Do you have one?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I love. Oh gosh, it's a tie for me between 94 and 78 because I love the camp, like, just the whole camp vibe is just, you know, brings you back. I mean, I wasn't alive during that specific time, but just, you know, that, like, campy, it's so much fun. But 94, like, really got me because I was kind of like, I'm like a 90s baby. So, you know, I just really connected with that one. Like, everything I saw, like, the style, the music, it just really brought me back. So that's why I love 94.
Absolutely. We'll go for about, like, 10 minutes. We usually like to keep these lives about half an hour. We thank everyone that's joining. We'll get some more questions here, and then maybe we'll get a big grand finale. We might get some singing. I don't know. We're going to have to I think you're going to have to convince in the comments. So we will see what happens. All right, we'll get to some more questions. This is a very interesting question, and I'm going to read it because it is in all caps. So it's very exciting, so I'm going to read it in caps. If you were to save one person from each movie, who would you save?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. If I was going to save one person from each movie, who would I save? Okay. I would definitely save Fred, even though I was trying, or Simon, even though I was trying to kill him, mostly. I would definitely save him because, like I said, I was so shocked when he died. I was like, no, don't die. I mean, and also Julia, like, no one deserves to die how she died. So that was just crazy with the bread slices. Yeah. From the second movie,
Jeremy, the little camper.
Yeah, Jeremy, I don't want him
actually your answer? Like even before I said that, like that is.
Yeah,
That
I was about to say like the camper, you know, Jeremy. Yeah.
like eggs at him. He's like protecting the camp, and like I don't know. It's just the whole situation.
Yeah. And then in the last movie, gosh, I mean, I don't know. We wouldn't have a movie without Sarah Fear, you know, or we wouldn't have really a story without Sarah Fear. But I do wish that she, you know, she didn't have that fate. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. There's so many. Like I love. That's a great question, though.
That's a really good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And I felt
like
I
want to save everyone. I don't want anyone to die.
Yeah, for sure. Hashtag justice for Jeremy. Hashtag Gary took the book. Just FYI. Okay, let's do one more question here. I mean, this is interesting because you could talk overall about your experiences because you like Ruby Lane does have different scenes. There's a lot going on some of the scenes. There's a lot of anticipation and build up in the scenes. So was it difficult to film some of the Ruby Lane scenes?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very technical, you know, because there was a lot of like, there was the singing going on, but there was also like the technicality of making sure we got like the flick of the razor, stuff like that. And then also with the stunt doubles, like, you know, filming everything multiple times because I would do it, stunt double would do it. So there was so much technicality that went into it. So there definitely was challenging to film.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah. Questions were on point for this live. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
These are good. One more. Do you want to do one more?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do one more.
Yeah.
Let's do. If you can give a backstory to any character, whether it's like a killer or a camper, like anyone, who would you give a backstory to and why? We obviously established that Ruby Lane it would be really cool to get her backstory. We started the live with that statement, but yep. Who else would we think? That's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah. Who else would get a backstory? That's a good question. I would like to see more of I think of Cindy and Ziggy's backstory because we hear about it, like we hear about kind of like how they grew up and, you know, some of the struggles they had, but like their relationship as sisters seems so interesting. I love that relationship. So seeing more of that, I think would be really cool.
Absolutely. For sure. Well, I wanted to thank you for doing this live. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was really, really fun.
And thanks to everyone that tuned in. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in for all the lives. We've been doing a lot of Fear Street lives. We've been doing Ragnarok lives, Outer Banks lives. You've been all tuning in. I see a lot of familiar faces that have been in all the lives, so thank you all. Obviously, youtube.com/PopTurn, and for all our interviews, including our interview with Jordyn DiNatale. I think that was a bit tough because the movie wasn't out yet. Like we saw it, but we couldn't really talk spoilers that much.
I know, yeah. So that's why this was fun because we're able to really get into more detail.
Absolutely. PopTurn.com also for some articles as well. All our Fear Street interviews can be seen on our YouTube, so please subscribe if you haven't. Jordyn's interviews up there. Drew, Jackie, McCabe, Jeremy, Julia, Sam. We have a bunch. You can follow us anywhere on social media. For you, they can follow you. You're on Instagram the most, right?
Yep. My Instagram is my most used social media, yeah.
Absolutely. And can we get some singing before we go?
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Okay. You guys are going to make me do this. You always hurt the one you love, the one you shouldn't hurt at all.
I hope you know that is going to be on social media as like edits Like,
Oh, no.
all week. No, that was amazing. That was awesome. Thank you for
What have we
doing that.
done?
No, that was awesome. No, that was great. Listen, the support for Ruby Lane has been incredible. So
Yeah.
we got to show the love, right?
Absolutely. It really has been. It's amazing. Thank you to everyone who's been showing Ruby some love.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all very much. The replay for this will be on our YouTube. So please watch it there, and that'd be awesome. And thanks, everyone. And thank you, Jordyn. Seriously, this was awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, BB. It's
Yeah,
bye.
see you. Bye, everyone.